I got an email, a message last night. It says, "Hi, my name is Will Amix from Cincinnati. I've been listening to Alex Jones for a couple of years now, and I'm being told that he is a government agent. What the hell is going on? I've been passing out several hundred copies of Zeitgeist, Loose Change, Money Masters, A Bomb Deception, Endgame, and now I'm being told by someone who claimed to be one of your listeners it's all a sham. Where do I turn? What do I need to be researching? What's up with 2012 and blood types? Help, I'm a truth warrior, but I need to know what's going on so I'm not doing more damage than good." Well, hopefully this person's listening, but first thing you need to do is relax, calm down. If you've been doing what you've been doing from the heart, and you've been doing what you've been doing because you believe it's the right thing to do, then that's all that matters. But I would say the first thing that you need to do is to quit following leaders. Did you go out and do these things and pass out these DVDs and do these things because you thought it was the right thing to do and because you wanted to do it, or did you do it because Alex Jones told you to do it on his radio show? That's the thing. Ask yourself that honest question, and don't allow your ego to cloud that answer. Really think hard about that and deep about that, and ask yourself that tough question. Did you do it because you believed it was something to do, or did you do it because you were following the herd? And the herding instinct that goes along with the narcotic effect of, feeling involved with something important. And that's one of the things that happens. Now, one of the main things that you have to understand in all this is that it's not specifically what someone talks about most of the time, other than what they don't talk about. And as far as, what you need to do, what you need to be researching, sir, I don't know what to tell you. I can't tell you that. I would say first start off looking to the Council for National Policy if you don't know about that. Look into some of these people that have been on the Alex Jones shows and look into their connections. People like Dr. Lynn Horowitz, Knights of Malta. Larry Pratt, who was involved with the Council on Inter-American Security with Pat Buchanan, funneling money from the drug trade in the 1980s down to fund the Nicaraguan rebels, along with John K. Single, who's another Knights of Malta, high level, former OSS officer, founding member of the Central Intelligence Agency. Start asking questions about these associations with the John Birch Society, who's every head of the John Birch Society has been Jesuit trained. From Robert Welch to John McManus to Larry McDonald, on and on and on. Ask questions about why these associations are there. Ask questions about people like Pat Buchanan and his Knights of Malta affiliations. Ask questions about, why somebody like Alex Jones is friends with Hutton Gibson, the father of Mel Gibson, former Jesuit priest. Ask these questions. Do your own research. Find out about the Council for National Policy, the Knights of Malta, the Jesuits. Find out that the owl of Bohemian Grove is not Moloch, but Minerva, a Roman goddess. Find out that eugenics is not something predominantly just associated with the left wing or the Rockefellers. Find out about people like Willis Carto, head of the Liberty Lobby, the Spotlight magazine, and also American Free Press, which is what the guy who was supposed to be in charge of going out and sussing out the Bilderberg Group every year, Jim Tucker, works for. Find out about Roger Pearson, who was brought over here by Willis Carto. Find out about how Roger Pearson was admittedly helping to aid people like Joseph Mengele. Look into the Pioneer Fund. Find out how the Pioneer Fund was seeking to prove that blacks are genetically inferior to whites, and find out those ties to the Patriot movement. The connections are there. But the fact of the matter is, what's being left out in what you're being told by your predominant leaders of the Patriot movement is the connections back to the priest class. And the priest class has been set up. The Patriot movement is an extension of groups like the John Birch Society, the Council for National Policy, which were gatekeeping groups that were set up when they started figuring out that the idea of global government was leaking out to the masses on a massive scale. They had to have groups out there that would predominantly keep you looking over to the left and keeping you stuck in that false left-right paradigm. This is what Ron Paul was great at doing. Getting all these people who have been predominantly lefty liberals switching over to vote Republican. What do you think that was about? That was an operation. The plan is to keep you on the plantation, that you never ask questions about Rome, you never look to Rome, you never look to the Vatican, you never look to the Jesuits, you never look to the Sovereign Military Order of Malta, you never look into any of these things. And to never find out that the priest class is keeping you in ignorance through the media, through the alternative media, through all the rest of it. And as far as the question, where do I turn? You turn to yourself. You look inside of yourself. You look at the information that you find. Quit going to that same website every day. Quit waiting on other people to provide you with your information. You want to know about Bloodline 2012? Look it up. Do your research. Take your own truth into your own hands. I mean, I can't. I mean, it's asking me in this email, what do I need to be doing? What do I need to research? I can't tell you that. Do what you believe is the right thing to do, but for God's sakes, do it on your own terms. That's my thing. I'm not here to... I think a lot of people put me in this position where they think that somehow I'm supposed to be, okay, and now I figured out that... with the crap about the other guy who's on the same time as you are. Now I want you to lead me. Well, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not here to lead anybody except me. That's all I can do is lead myself to where the truth takes me and then relate that to you here on the show, and hopefully you'll walk down that same path of your own. That's what I'm here to do. I'm not here to I'm not here to, rally the troops and let's go Team Truth and let's get everybody together and sing Kumbaya and fight the New World Order. That's not what I do. I have my own role in all this, and I try to relate what I do in my own role to you with the information and things that I find out, so that hopefully maybe things that you've researched on your own. It's just important that you have to do your own work. You have to have a piece of this somehow that's all used. Instead of going out and passing out other people's DVDs, make your own DVD and go out and pass those out. I really don't know what else to say. Stay with us, folks. Global Reality, Monday edition. We'll be right back.